Hey guys, it's Jory here for Area 13, your salesman here, coming to you live with a review on the Han bike. And as you can see, it's not that big, it's not that heavy. It is a folding bike, and we'll get into some of the features of all that this pertains to. The technology on this bike is actually quite intriguing. Um, so we can go off on those as well later on today too. I apologize for the delay. Had some last minute customers right off the bat. So of course my salesman job never ends. But anyways, let's get right to it and cut to the chase. First off, the Han bike itself, like I said, only weighs roughly about 47 pounds. So it's super light. As you can see, it's very slim, small tires, very sleek design. But yeah, one of the lightest folding bikes I've actually ever felt. Um, so yeah, uh, it is a folding bike. It's got, as you can see, one-sided fork on here, and it's got a little tiny motor in it. The size of this motor is about a 250 watt motor. It is actually one of the lightest 250 watt motors that is out there. You're looking at probably roughly 1.92 kilograms, which converts into about 4.2 pounds. I'm gonna get you guys some close-ups of that motor right there. That's the great thing about this bike. I can do this lifting thing all day with it. Give you guys some real close-up shots of this. Does come standard with the mechanical brakes. The design of the handlebar itself is unique. Your hand brakes are right here. This is a pedal assist only bike, no throttle. You're looking at maybe roughly 17 miles per hour. Haven't got it fully up to it yet, just by test riding it around. But we'll see what we can do with that later today as well. It does have an interesting aspect of it as well. As you can see, there's no chain. No chain. And in fact, let's bring that guy up there as well. No chain. And I'm sure you guys have heard of it, but this has got a drive shaft system that drives it, the back wheel for it. So you're losing that chain maintenance for you. So let's say some hi to some people, and we'll get to it. Yes, it does fold, Bill. Good question. It does fold. I will show you that. I will show you the features of it. It's a very quick process, kind of pretty much similar. It's very similar to the other folding bikes. It folds right at the middle as well as at the handlebars. So it does definitely collapse down. So welcome, Bill, from Salem, Virginia. Welcome, Pedro from Florida. Let's see, do we have any questions yet? Dennis, appreciate you becoming a new YouTube member. Thanks for joining us today. Radar Dave from Janesville, California. So let's get into this thing. So that drive shaft is a fully sealed, enclosed drive shaft. It's inside that sealed tube, and it works coincidentally with each other. There's the gearing up here at the crank, as well as the gearing cog at the wheel. They're saying that drive shaft is roughly maintenance free, roughly about 28,000 miles, which is also 45 kilometers. And it is made out of an aluminum alloy. So it's something that you don't normally see on a bike. To me, honestly, this is the first time I've ever seen a bike without the chain or even some gearing. Now, as you can see, there is no cogs, no gear cogs, no. It's all one speed. Definitely a good little put around commuter bike. Technology on this one is actually, I'm quite impressed with all the different functional features that it has on it. on this bike, you're looking at roughly 57 parts that are on this bike total. Only 57, but you're looking at roughly almost twice that, if not 3 times that, on a lot of these other full-size bikes, or even on another folding bike. You're looking at, like I said, a 250 watt motor that weighs about 4.2 pounds to about 4.63 pounds. They had kind of a couple different numbers on their website or about the description of this bike, so I gave it a nice little range, but it still showed that it was a lot smaller than what your average 250 watt motor is on that front hub right there. To go into some of the sensoring, so it has, which is also a first for me that I had to educate myself on, it has a gyroscope as well as torque sensor. Now, I don't know if anyone's familiar with the gyroscope, but the gyroscope of the gyroscope sensoring, it auto adjusts your PAS levels with the slope angle. So as you're going up, it is able to move freely on its own automatically to be able to adjust to what kind of slope and incline you're going to. And to add on to their little ability of being able to do the gyroscope and slope adjustment, it also has a feature where from a dead stop you can get it's got the technology to get up that hill from a dead stop with that blah 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 blah. It's Friday. It's got that ability from a dead stop. Wow, Friday. Anyways, sorry. So if you're on a dead hill, and we'll try to see how it works on this hill, but on a dead stop on the hill, you are supposed to be able to just get going, and it's supposed to ensure and engage that torque to get you up that hill from a dead stop. So we'll try that out in a little bit later. Hopefully that's a decent enough hill for it to try to climb, and we'll go from there. Ray, nice to see you from Tennessee. Wayne Myers, thanks for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Does it have gearing? No, it does not. It still does have pedal assist. The display is actually integrated into the frame of the handlebars, and I'll bring it up to you guys and see if we can get a close-up. All this right here, that's little screen, is your display. You have your power button right here and your pedal assist buttons right here for you. I really like how lightweight it is, though. I can move that thing around, no problem. So it does have another feature on it that I want to go over with, which I did try it out. Maybe I didn't lean over far enough, but who knows? Maybe we can do it on some simulation, even just here. But it has a 30-degree auto shut off of the motor. So say you're leaning into a turn too much and you don't want to fall, they've equipped it with a system that allows you to cut that motor out on its own to where it's not going to keep going, so that when you're getting into that turn, it's not going to maybe throw you off the bike or make you fall off while the motor's still activated. So that's an interesting feature. I'll see if I can engage that either just standing right here pedaling it, or maybe even on the hill. We'll try that out here in just a minute. The single-sided fork that I was telling you about, as you can see, it's only on this one side right here. And I'll bring it up to you guys as well. But it's a unifork. It's a fork that's in its own unibody right here, only on the one side. All your cabling is ran on the outside, and then the cabling is also run on the inside of the frame as well. It's a very interesting, unique design, especially with all of us people that are two-forkers. That's what I'm calling it. So yeah, it's that single side fork with the unibody wheel hub is a very unique design, and that's where also the motor is right there in the front for you. So, and it's also, the wheels are made out of a unibody magnesium with no spokes. So you've got these heavy duty, I'd call it a rim. It looks to me like more of a car rim than a bike rim. But let's get that visual for you guys. There you go. You've only got 3 of them. 1, 2, and 3. Not too bad. I'm gonna get a workout today. I thought I wasn't gonna work out today. All right, let's see who else we got for right now. IJ Palmer from Pittsburgh. Total weight, please. You might have missed it, but it is only about roughly 47, 48 pounds. And that's with everything on it. Battery, motor. As you see it right there, I weighed it personally myself just to kind of see. It did not list it on the website. So, yeah, 47 pounds. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna go. I'll be up. You know, no, I mean, it's kind of cool. If you're in a city, very flat ground city, I think it'd be perfect for that. Especially, I mean, that handle is such a good center of gravity. You could fit that in your cubicle without even folding it up. It'd be right there. And I've worked in some small cubicles, so I could still probably fit this in without even folding it up. So, yeah, get off the bike and it's like your briefcase. You can just walk away with it. All right, I'm back. But it's nice. That center of gravity handle, that's really key right there. Some of the other ones have handles as well. Some of them are more just, you got to find that grip to grab it. Hi, Ed. The battery, yes, the battery is quite unique. It is the port on this thing. I just had it plugged in. So you're looking at the port being right here. Batteries in there. It is fairly small, but they didn't go over the specs of the battery as what I found. It does have a distance range of about 25 miles, 40 kilometers, but there are second battery options. Probably more along the lines of throwing it in your backpack. It's removable. For as small as that casing is, I would assume that it's just very compact. Yeah, there are a few different color options for this too, by the way. So you got this all black color. You have a black and white, and then you have a black and red. So very, very, very decent colors. I've looked them up online. It's very simple, very minimalistic, as some people might want to call it. Very ergonomic grips. Handle brakes are, you know, for mechanical, they're not too bad. The handles, the shape of the bar is definitely interesting. I do like the screen, how it's in the frame and inside the handlebars, but I'm not a huge fan of small screens, just because I'd like to see, especially in the sun, or you got your sunglasses on, you're riding, you don't want to have to like be, you know, throwing on your spectacles and then to try to even see what speed you're going or how far you're going. Let's see if we have any more questions. Wayne, it's okay. It's actually neither, Wayne. You're asking if it's a belt drive or a chain drive. It's what I was talking about before. It's a shaft. It's made out of an aluminum alloy shaft. And you can go on their website, honbike.com. You can see the gearing system. It's just one solid shaft from the rear wheel on the inside of that casing. I'll show it again. Right here is where it has a gearing that works with each other, as well as a gear cog that works with each other. And it's just one solid aluminum alloy shaft that's inside here, encased in this thing. Very unique, very interesting. We'll definitely get, like I said, a ride on that one in just a minute. Let's see what else we have. Some of the other features, obviously you can see that the seat is a little unique. Very narrow. I'm a very slim guy, and I don't think this thing covers half of my bottom. But it's interesting. Let's see what the kind of adjustments it does. Oh, so you can go all the way up or down just by a simple locking feature. Right there, there's like a little wing nut underneath, and you just twist it and it slides it back and forth. So that's a little unique. Does have a rear headlight or rear. No jokes, no jokes. It does have a rear tail light and a front headlight. That's what I was trying to go for. So let's see how well those things come on. Again, a lot of the e-bikes that do have integrated headlights and taillights. It's usually just powered on by the up button or the plus button on your pedal assist power display. So I'm going to hold the up button. It definitely illuminates my hand on that one, and I'm definitely getting that. Now let's see if it's an active brake as well. So it looks like it just is going to be just a tail light. So you're going to have some visibility there, which is great if you're cruising through the night in the town, from your house. If you're going to go get some, just go to your friend's house, things like that. So that is Honbike. I'm going to take it out for a little ride, turn off some of that headlight. It's pretty bright out here enough as it is, don't you think? And so it does go all the way from 1 to 5. So it does have all 5 pedal assist. I wrote it earlier. It's interesting. It kicks in. The way it kicks in is just very interesting. You feel it kick in, but it's just very, very, to me, very minimal as opposed to some of my other, fat tire or regular bikes that we have reviewed or even had in the shop. It's slight. You're still doing a lot of pedaling and without any really climbing gears. I get the whole uphill from the start feature, but to me, I still had to pedal really good. So that's why I don't know about the whole taking it out anywhere far, past flatter grounds or higher grades. Let's see if we got some questions before I take a ride on it, and then we'll also fold it up a little bit here in a minute too. Ed asking if the fenders are metal or plastic. That's a good question. Let's see. It feels plastic to me, Ed. Yeah, very lightweight. Again, if you're not going, since it's not a very avid bike or aggressive bike, I don't see them being too much of an issue. It'll definitely protect you from the water. But you are, if something comes up and catches it, that's definitely going to be a problem if something like, a stick or whatever, or if you run into it, I can see that being an issue of it breaking. But they're fenders, they'll still do the job. But again, it's not an aggressive bike, so I wouldn't imagine people off-roading with that thing and worrying about the fenders on that. Okay, who wants to see me fold this thing up? I want to see how it folds up. I actually haven't folded it up yet, so let's do it together. So it looks like to me, let's do one more close-up. So right here, you got your safety switch, and it's gonna fold out. And then you've got also your folding at the handlebar. So let's check this out. Let's see how it does. Really, actually, I'm a huge fan of folding bikes. So I've always liked to see what the different kind of features of the folding aspect that they have, what kind of systems they do. So unfolding the middle, let's see. That is interesting. Okay, and not too bad. I feel like this right here should have something. I'm gonna bring it back up to you guys. So I hit my safety switch right here, but there's really nothing to grab onto right here. Like you grab it, pull the safety switch, and then you have to just kind of kick the thing back. You just apply pressure right there. I don't know if I like that feature. I think having something to actually hold or grab onto and to pull like a lever would be a little bit more at use for it, or easier to unfold. So let's do the handlebars. Safety switch right here. Pops down. That seems to be fairly easy enough. Folds down on this side. We will pop that down. Okay, interesting. So here's what we got folded up. One thing I don't know if I like, that when it folds, yeah, I don't see no like stand to where I can just lay it down. It's like just now laying on the body. I don't know if I like that. Some of these other bikes, these other folding bikes, actually have like another extra piece of aluminum. That's kind of like a triangular piece that's allows you to set the bike down on the ground without actually coming in contact with the frame of the bike itself. In fact, I'll show you. I actually have the Avenger right here for you guys that we can take a look at. All right. Just so I want to give you guys an example of what I'm talking about. It's very convenient. It's really nice. As you can see, this piece right here, when it's folded, it rests on this piece right here. So you're not coming in contact with the frame of your bike with the ground. Told you I'm getting a workout today. Jeez. Let's see. I apologize. Let me see if I can get some better views of it, of the bike for you. So I'm trying to do little close-ups. And I'll zoom in on it and see if we can get a better feature, better view for you of the bike itself. So that's the Han bike right there, guys. Day tracker, I agree. It is a very small, powered, small battery, small frame. I can't tell you how much the capacity is because I did not see that on their specs. To be honest with you, I don't feel like a lot of weight could be on this. I don't see a lot of, I mean, it's a very solid shaft for that seat post, but I don't obviously think that it could be, you know, for heavier riders, because in the power, you're really losing the power on that. So we folded it up, talked about some of the features, showed you some of the lights, and I think now, test ride? I think we're doing test ride. Here we go. I'll ride it around here first, see if I can get that power engaged. I'll put it on 5 because why not, right? I look pretty ridiculous on this, don't I? No comments, or all comments, whatever. I could take a joke. Anyways, yeah, let's see what this baby can do. Putting it up to 5. Wish me luck. Okay. I felt the power kick in, but it's 250 watts. I'm a 200-pound guy. I feel a little bit of it. It's not too bad. I can feel the power engage, but that's, to me, honestly, all I feel. I just feel a slight difference in the power. I don't feel like a ton of torque. I don't feel, you know, a ton of just boost, and that's going to get me up the hill. But let's go try it up the hill. They did say it's got a dead start uphill power assist to it. So let's take that look at that, and I'll be right back. We'll give it a fair rating after I get back. How about that? Let me get to my starting line. Okay, I am at a dead stop. It's supposed to kick me up the hill with the pedal assist system that it has in it. I'm on level of 5, sport mode. Here we go. Ready, set, go. Okay, interesting. Let me just turn that back around for you. Real easy. Huh? Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, what I noticed about it is that, like I said, I felt the motor engage. I felt it kick on. I heard the hum. I felt power kick on. I just don't think it's going to be enough in my liking to want to cruise on this thing up hills. Funny enough, though, I took it up the hill and I still had a pedal. Excuse me, I'm a little out of breath. So I had a pedal pretty good. Again, no gearing system, no climbing gears, no downhill gears. So it took me a little bit to get up the hill. When I came back down, I got it down to about 50 on a downhill, of course. But when I cruised across the street, I really actually, on the flatter ground, once I was already actually past about 10 miles per hour, I actually felt, I think, to me, a little bit more of that motor kick in. And I heard it a little bit more working. So again, to me, I just really don't think this is that great of an uphill kind of situation. Now, what I really wanted to try was what I mentioned earlier. There's a 30-degree angle, and I don't have anything out here to tell me what 30 degrees is. So we're just going to try to tip the bike as much as I can as I'm pedaling to see if that angle really turns off the motor like they say they do, because that's going to be key right there. So I already have it in pedal assist 5. Oh, I won't be able to do that. I'll have to do it this way. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I actually can't even test that on this side. So I just thought about this. So since the motor's in the front, it's going to have to, let's see if I'll see if I can try to do it. So it's supposed to say that you're turning it off. The motor kicks off, like I said before, at 30-degree angle. But I couldn't do it. I apologize. Forgetting that the motor is in the front hub as opposed to the rear, like I'm used to. So maybe we could try to see if I can get it lean into an angle, riding it, and see if it actually works. But it's such a small motor. It's very quiet. So it's going to be really hard to see if I can actually get it to shut off. So let's see what we got. I don't know. I can't tell if I have anybody have it at a 30-degree angle, and every time I get dipped down, I'm hitting pedals. So it's interesting. I don't know how they would test that out, because even me, now granted I have the long legs, but if I'm tipping that thing over, I'm hitting ground. I just scraped the gravel on that. So to me, I don't feel like that's going to be a very intriguing concept of the bike to me, because, you know, Maybe for shorter riders, it might actually work, but I don't know. I don't know. I think maybe they could have used a different feature or a different angle. I don't know. It's tough. It was tough to test. I couldn't really test that. And especially with it being the front hub motor, I couldn't really give you that visual, and I apologize. So, yeah, that is the Han bike. So I guess we should probably just kind of see what I think honestly about it. I'll kind of go over some things that I do like, and I'll go over the things that I'm not so keen about, and definitely things that I wouldn't do at all. The gear shaft system, that's kind of interesting to start off with. And again, I'll bring it up to you guys for one last zoom in. So that gear shaft right there is a very unique design. I like it. But I think it'd be cool if it had some kind of uphill, downhill, gears, even if it was like 3 or 4 or 5. I mean, something to get you kind of more up the hill with that torque and that gyroscope, as well as something for downhill or flat ground. I like the handlebars. The brakes are definitely unique. It's a definitely unique ergonomic design on the grips. Display, I like. It's colorful, but it's a little still small. Weight of it, obviously, not an issue. Again, I feel like you can really take this anywhere. Probably wouldn't even have to fold it up if you even had a real, like a little Camry or Corolla or Honda or hatchback. I mean, you could throw this in the back seat, not even be an issue. You could still have room in the back to throw your groceries and stuff in. Tires have actually got a decent tread. I feel like you can do a little bit of small gravel as well as small dirt, small path dirt. I wouldn't definitely go any aggressive, of course, on these. This very small tires, narrow as well as just tiny. The spokes idea, or the non-spokes, I should say, very, very interesting. I like them. Front hub motor, again, a little 250 watt. You know us here at Area 13, we're more about the bigger power, more heavier duty motors. So, that's kind of something a little lower than what we like to have. Brake rotors, doesn't really state what they are. They're probably fairly little. They look roughly around smaller than around 160s, I would say. Obviously, the hydraulic brakes would probably be a lot better on these ones, because when I stopped going down that hill, I was pressing hard on both of them, and it still wasn't stopping that well. Obviously, battery size too. We would love to have a better battery concept of this. Folding aspect of it, I'm not too keen on, at least up here in the middle. It's a little interesting on not having something to really, get a handle on. Up here, it's just fine folding wise at the neck. So that's good. That's still a good safety feature. Got a helicopter above me. I apologize. I do like the fact that it does come with integrated tail light and headlight that works off the button on your handlebars, so that's good. Seat, again, a little narrow for my liking. I don't really want the big wider ones either, but this one is just, it's a little narrow, but it is actually comfortable sitting on it, but it's just still, to me, a little narrow. All in all, again, I can only see it doing justice in like all flat ground. That would be my opinion. All flat ground, maybe a slight incline, but if you're going to do any kind of incline, be prepared to pedal your bottom off, because no gearing is going to make you want to really want to like put your all into it. It's going to be a great leg workout for you, but and you do get the 5 pedal assist, but again, with that 250 watt motor, not a lot of torque and power that's really going to get you into the climbing some steep inclines. So I would say really roughly, this is going to be, to me, honestly, the only thing I would see, honestly, this being, just now thinking about it, is maybe college campuses, or big work facilities that you have to go back and forth through the facilities, different campuses, different buildings. I can see something like this doing that, but then again, you don't also have a rack, so you can't really put anything on it. You can't take it with you unless you have a backpack on. So all in all, it's a very interesting folding bike. I thank you, Honbike, for sending it to us. Let us do a review on it. Very interesting. The technology is what stands out to me on this one, but all in all, performance-wise, I would say it wasn't what I expected, and would have loved to have a little bit more on that. It does come with a nice little bell, which is nice, so your bell would be heard. But other than that, that is the Honbike, guys, and hope you guys got to enjoy it. I hope I did enough zoom-ins for you. Let me see if there's any questions before I go, and I can answer as much as I can before we decide to cut it. Yes, OD. I have a smart car, so the tiny folding size is nice, but otherwise, yeah. So again, it's very compact, ready to go. Ready to go really anywhere, like I said. But like I said, when I just thought about it, campuses like college kids, instead of having to ride their bikes, if they're coming just from down the road or whatever, or going in between classes and there's no restrictions, then I think that would be kind of cool. Or in between big manufacturing buildings or something like that, where you have to travel to the next building to get something or talk to someone. I think that'd be kind of a cool idea. But then again, there's also other avenues you can do that, side by sides, golf carts, things like that too. So yeah, whole concept is kind of cool, the technology, but that's I think as far as I would say that I like about that Honbike. So if there's any other questions, please feel free to ask. I'm sure Jess is actually going to put in some links in the description below. And if you have any more questions or want to do any more investigation, go to Honbike themselves, honbike.com. And you can see the bike in the description and all the insides details of the technology that's in there. So with that, no further ado, thank you for watching. I'm Jory, the sales guy. If you have any questions, send me an email, shoot me a call. Be happy to talk to you about anything, and have a great day. See you guys later.